Item 8, public hearings. Notices have been published, posted, and mailed. We're going to hold a public hearing and adopt a resolution of intent to draft a groundwater management plan for the southwest side basin.
Honorable Mayor, Council Member, what you have before you to conduct a public hearing and to consider the resolution of intent to draft a groundwater management plan. This item was already before you in November of 2007. The City Council already took a action approving a grant application to the Water Resource Board to fund this project. Then in January of 2009, the department came back for your approval to award a consultant contract to BRIME, who helped the partner agencies to draft and to develop this groundwater management plan. Also in last year in March, the department gave you an update on funding strategy at that time. The main purpose for the groundwater management plan really is to ensure a sustainable, high-quality, reliable water supply at a reasonable price for all of the users of the groundwater basin. In essence, the purpose of developing this plan to protect our one of the most valuable resources, the groundwater. The funding for the development of this plan is coming from state fund. How I indicated before, the Water Resource Board approved a $210,000 grant for the development of this plan for the partner agencies. Our partners in the application were Daly City and Cal Water. Each partner agency provides in-kind step support for the development of the plan, which is not reimbursed by state grant. Beside Daly City and Cal Water, PUC is a very active, even if they were not included in the grant application, PUC is a very active participant and partner in the development of this plan. In order for us to have a broad and collaborative approach developing this plan, the city was the lead agency for the development of the plan, reached out to many agencies to collaborate during the development in order for us to have ongoing input from those agencies. A advisory committee was developed, and many of the agencies are active participants through that advisory committee. BASCA is one of the agencies who attends some of the meetings. Other cities like Brisbane, Burlingame, Colma, City of Colma attend actually each of our advisory committee meetings. Private pumpers and were invited to be part of the process, and they are participating in more or more limited way. But the private pumpers from the city of Colma, they are attending some of the advisory committee meetings. And certainly the water board representative, is attending all of the meetings, and they are very active supporter of the development of the plan. And providing professional input and support for the advisory committee. You see what you have in front of you, actually a map of the Southwest Side Basin. This is called the Southwest Side Basin. The Northwest Side Basin is managed by City of San Francisco, and that is not part of this plan. Based on the 2009 information, you see that the agencies, now you can see, the agencies relying on the groundwater production, 24% of their whole demand. San Bruno, this is a history of, the color didn't come out clear, but you see the history of groundwater production and the surface water and the total water consumption between 97 and 2008 for San Bruno. In essence, you can see from this graph that about half and half of the need in San Bruno is provided through groundwater production, really underlining the very importance of the proper management of this important resource in the basin. What you see, just for the clarification, if you would be wondering what that dip really mean in 2003 and 2004, that was really during the conjunctive use pilot project, when our groundwater production was much less than in other years. In the last 2 years, the agencies, including San Bruno, came together to start to develop a groundwater modeling to collect as much as information as possible on the data available historically, and to try to project and based on the history, the future of this basin. And based on this very limited information at this time, but what the data really show us, what you see on this slide, that is a negative balance between the recharge and subsurface flow and the pumped quantity on yearly basis from this basin. I will just very strongly qualify this information that this is based on limited information. This is the first iteration of this kind of available data. This will need to be further updated and monitored to really be able to conclude any and to develop policies based only just on this information. How I indicated before, the groundwater is really very important for San Bruno. For all of the agencies, provide around 25% of the water supply. For San Bruno specifically, even more half. As you are very well aware, the surface water is limited from PUC, and reason why managing properly our groundwater resources will become even more critical. The high quality, to maintain a high quality of the supply is very important also. And last but not at least is the importance of diversity, of redundancy of the system. You just don't know what will happen in an emergency situation, or San Bruno is very fortunate having this dual resource available to us to manage, and is available to us the opportunity for some reason is more challenging to provide water through the surface water connection. Still the groundwater production is available to us. There are many threats to this important resource, is the over-extraction and reduced recharge, is the seawater intrusion, also contamination. How the basin is managed now, each agency is managing on their own, is not a broad coordination on the basin management issues. Is these actions are taken on a ad hoc basis. This plan would create that structure, and also that mean how this basin can be managed on a more sustainable, consistent manner. The regulation really managing the development of groundwater plans is under AB 3030. Is a requirement of AB 3030 for you to conduct a public hearing if it's your intent, is the city intent to develop a groundwater management plan. This will be a non-regulatory planning document, but buy-in and public outreach and input will be critical for the success of the plan, and strongly recommended in AB 3030. It takes little time, but I can guess what is under. I am really sorry that my department had really this challenge tonight with this presentation. What is the intent of this plan to really establish goals and objectives for the plan, and those goals and objectives will be supported by specific programs achieving them. There are many issues developing this plan depending on different interest by the different stakeholders in the basin. Is different level of interest protecting the water quality, knowing that different user has different level of interest for water quality. Some of the users, the private pumpers in Colma, they are using more for irrigation, not necessarily for drinking water, and the salvias, their interest is less for quality. Cost always is a major issue for all of the stakeholders. The groundwater rights issue, recycled water, the conjunctive use is a new project for this basin, and this will be the first of the project of this kind implemented in the basin. And of course, the local control will be ongoing challenge and issue for all of the agencies involved in the development of this plan and the management of this basin. So far, they were developed and considered and discussed different proposal for best management objectives for the groundwater levels, the quality of the groundwater, for land subsidence, and of course surface water and groundwater interaction, more focusing on best management practice and recommendations for recharge area. The last chapter in the development of this plan will be the governance issue of the management of the basin. There are many alternatives available to participating agencies, from the most flexible to the most restrictive form of governments. Based on discussion so far, is under consideration the most flexible form of governance, maybe entering, but certainly this will be up to each agency to make that decision, to enter based on the approved plan or the developed plan, to enter in some kind of memorandum of understanding with the other participating agencies, how this basin could be or would be managed in the most appropriate manner at this time. Depending on the development of that memorandum of understanding, the agencies can agree on some kind of form of advisory committee, or how then this basin can be managed and how the plan can be implemented. For more public involvement and engagement, will be scheduled public meetings. The next public on this subject matter, the first public meeting will be scheduled here in the senior center in this room on September 9th. The next meeting will be scheduled in Daly City on September 23rd, and then in October, without to have a specific date yet at this time, will be in South City or Coleman. Then we'll be on another two meetings, which the date were not defined yet. And will be the final meeting presenting the final document. Passing this resolution based on the water code, you will have 2 years to approve this plan. It is depending on your comfort and desire. Our deadline based on our contract with the consultant is end of this year, and our deadline with the Water Resource Board is February of next year, when this plan development should be done. And at that time, I think this date is wrong. It really meant, yes, you can go until 2012, considering the 2 years, but was our assumption that you will approve this plan sometime in early 2011. This concludes my presentation. If you have any question or comment.
Any questions of staff that doesn't require a PowerPoint answer? Anything?
Thank you. when the plan is complete and everyone's gone through it all, will there be an outline of, or a series of recommendations of how to govern the plan and how to govern the implementation of the plan? I hope my question's clear. Let me say this first, just for everyone's information, and this is extremely crucial. It's a long, drawn-out experience, really, and process, but we're coming to some very crucial policy decisions about what to do and how to work with our neighbors about our water. And it is very important to people who are listening on the TV audience. I hope you attend the meeting on September 9th. As one of our former council persons always said, without water you have nothing. You need water for everything, for life, for businesses, for your everything. So it's very crucial how we go about governing what we're going to do with our water. It's not just up to us to decide on these things. We need to really think about how we're doing this. So again, my question is, will we get recommendations on how this is going to all work, or how it could all work?
Is the intent and will be part of the plan to come back with a recommendation how then the plan could be managed. Could be developed as part of the MOU, a board, joint board between all of the participating agencies and some of the private partners, or could be a advisory committee, or could take many different forms. Depending what will be the comfort level among all of the agencies.
Okay, but will there be a recommendation in that?
Yes.
I realize there will be a list of things, but
will be at the end of the process will be a very specific recommendation.
Okay.
On what of those alternatives will each agency will support.
Okay, that's what I want to. Thank you.
Each agency has to adopt the plan, don't they? Doesn't there have to be consensus on adopting the plan if they're going to follow it? And part of adopting the plan is going to be how we're going to govern it.
Well, I think there's kind of, when we say plan, we're thinking we're going to do A, B, C, and D, but that's not really what this plan says, if I'm saying it right.
I think
It
it's
gives
gonna
you
be
a wide,
practice.
like here's
Right.
the water, here's the things we can do with it, and here's what the state laws are going to be, and here's the data, and here's the model, and if this tweaks, if you lose this, what can you do with that? Am I explaining it correctly?
You are absolutely correct, Council Member. We'll include some of those recommendations, okay? Those are A, B, C. These are part of the plan. And to answer your question, Council Member Ibarra, also, is the assumption you will approve the plan, but the agency approving the plan doesn't mean that it's mandated how you are implementing the plan. Always is a difference between approving a plan and how much will be implemented. Hopefully, most of the plan, that's the purpose of developing the plan, but will be defined, hopefully, at that phase, what will be that structure which under which then this whole basin will be managed.
Right. It's more accepting the plan. Here's all the stuff. We accept the information, and then we have to kind of figure out, along with our partners, if we become partners, what to do with it. It's huge. It's not just us. It's the whole. There's all sorts of things going on with the state. So.
Any other questions of staff? All right, this time we'll open the public hearing. Are there any members of the public wish to speak on this item? If we close the public hearing, you'll be precluded from speaking on this item again. Action.
Move to close public hearing.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Public hearing is closed. Any more discussion or action?
I'll introduce the resolution.
Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Councilmember Ibera.
Aye.
Councilmember Salazar.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Ruane. Vice Mayor Medina.
Aye.
Mayor Ruane.
Aye.